Do either of you have experiences, like were you DJs back in the day?
We were DJing before the band.
Okay, so you have.
Yeah, we were. I remember I went to your party in Providence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was DJing before the band. I mean, the first LCD records
It all
came
kind
out
of came at around the same time.
First live shows 2002.
Yeah.
First TFA DJ parties of 98, 99. It's a good 3 years. I mean, it's about the same time
I was in Florida.
Geologically,
Yeah.
it's like the same second.
That's right.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about like,
Geologically.
if you're 5 years old, that was a long.
In terms
time.
of human evolution,
It was just a blip.
It was
you can't
instantaneous.
You can't get a razor blade in there.
it's the same moment as now.
Yes, it's still happening.
So you say you're trying this out. Are you going to try out something else after this and something else after that?
I don't think it's that. Things aren't so serial. I think they're more parallel. We're not trying this out like we were doing this before.
Okay.
Man, it's a fun thing that we always like to do. It's a better way to travel than with a band.
I agree.
Where you see stuff. With a band, if this was the band, we would have had to take a bus. We would have been in sound check all day.
Well, what you were saying before tonight is that it affords you less opportunity to kick ass.
What do you mean? Oh yeah.
You think? Really?
Being in the band, you can kick more ass.
Going out there
Yeah.
as a band, you really have this,
Adrenaline freak out.
and it's competitive, but it's also, there's something pure about just going out on stage
Trying to kick ass.
and trying to kill it.
Trying to erase all the other bands in the building.
It sounds like you miss it already.
Well, I mean, I don't think we ever expected not to miss it.
Yeah.
Like, that would be crazy. Like,
Yeah.
people miss college. I don't know if you should hang out in your college town and smoke pot to it.
Very good point.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, dude, this is so rad. I'm going to do this forever. I miss my pants, but I'm going to wash them in most of You know?
I miss my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a matter of priorities.
I miss my city.
Yeah.
But you have to make those priorities. Like, it's easy. What I'm saying is, like, a job like that, it's easy to, like, lose sight of priorities because it's such a powerful drug. You know, being appreciated and all that stuff. It's like a really loud noise.
Walking out on stage and having
Thousands of people be like,
1,000
yeah,
or
like
5,000 or 20,000 people clapping for you. I mean,
That's got to be addictive.
That's awesome.
that has a narcotic effect.
But I
Certainly.
think it also has a lot. I mean, we were all older when we got somewhat successful. We were in our 30s. And stuff.
Right.
So it makes
You
a
were
difference.
experienced with narcotics.
Well, we know. Yeah, we had a lot of people die. But no, it's like I think you just, you know, if you're 19 or 20, I don't know how you ever turn back from.
How you ever recover from it?
How do you ever like go get go to the store and buy water bottles? You know, if you're used to that kind of appreciation. But if most of your life being in a band, you were just not that good, and your band wasn't that good, and nobody cared, and you just had a job.
You mean that your band was underappreciated, right?
No, I feel like my band was underappreciated my band was appreciated appropriately.
Your band was not underappreciated.
No, my old band.
Oh, the old one.
Our old
Okay.
bands were like, I think
Okay.
they were fine.
He's talking about Pony.
Right.
I
Right.
think they were fine. They were appreciated
They were
exactly
good
appropriately.
enough.
With the material you're doing now, is it original material? Is it just using other people's records?
We just go buy records.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, but what about an outlet as songwriters?
I write songs every day. I just don't record them.
Well, what are you going to do with them?
Same thing I always did with them. Sing them to my girlfriend.
Okay. Well, that's certainly
I went
valid.
on a sailing
Sing them
ship.
to your dog.
Sing them to my dog. No,
He sometimes sings them to me.
But what about
It's
people?
usually accompanied with like, well, I got this song. And you're gonna have to get in a bus for like 10 months next year. Is that cool?
yeah.
Okay. Well, you're probably not going to like this question, but what about people who feel you have a responsibility to your fans?
I don't. That's crazy talk.
Okay.
We have a responsibility to be what we say we are, which
Yeah.
is I think we're honest, and I think we're like we don't try to present ourselves as one thing and then be something else. Like I think we have a responsibility to do that, but that's not to them. That's just to yourself. Like that's a responsibility to yourself. Like we don't owe anybody anything more than we don't owe fans anything more than we owe strangers. It's like you have to be decent to people, and we appreciate the shit out of them, but that's not out of an obligation. That's just like out of being a human being that's psyched that people like your stuff.
Well, I mean, it's reciprocal. And,
Yeah, like it's like a give-take thing. Like I know what it's like to be a huge fan of bands.
But we also don't
I never got a letter
demand
from
anything
Morrissey.
out of them.
Yeah, it's like the bands that I liked. I wasn't like, why did you break the Smiths up?
Yeah.
But I just felt like that's what they did. I wasn't like, that's not fair to me. What about me? Like, what about my disaffected teenage years in New Jersey? How dare you?
Except it's gotten so much easier to think that.
Yes, because you can write an email to me.
Well, yeah, because you can write an email, and also at any moment you don't have to go find anything. Everything's constantly available.
Yeah.
So you're like, people get so, they take it so personally when if it's not like instantly available to them, they're just like
people
how could you do this to me?
Yeah, why would you have to play another show in Salt Lake City? Like, why? That's ridiculous. Why would you quit? I just found you. That's not fair.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the Stooges broke up before I got to see them. I didn't, Roxy Music didn't play. I didn't get to see them. I never saw David Bowie. I never saw T-Rex.
Yeah.
I never saw Velvet Underground.
Well, David Bowie's still around.
I could write a letter to them and be like, hey guys, can we build a time machine so I can go back to Warhol's factory and watch you guys?
But certainly you know what it's like to be hungry for, you have a favorite artist, you're hungry for their next song.
Yeah, but we grew up in an age when you were hungry, and that meant you could spend the next 7 years looking for a 7-inch with a B-side you never heard.
And you did, though.
And you did spend that year. Like, whereas now it's just like, as soon as you hear of it, it's only you in a computer terminal away from hearing it.
But also...
It's just like you're seconds away from whatever you want.
There's also this thing where it's like, I remember when file sharing first exploded, and my friend's sister was in college, and I was saying to her sister, like, you guys, like, house parties must be so amazing now because you can listen to literally anything. And she said, yeah, but all anyone listens to is Dave Matthews.
Like, they just put on...
And it's still true. Everything is available to everyone.
And
for the first time in history.
And people are still listening to Stan
and that's
crap.
not just music, that's literature, that's science, it's like literally all of human knowledge is available to
And
almost
grown-ups are
everyone.
still reading the Twilight series on a plane.
Grown-ups are still reading Harry Potter, but still, it's like, it's still a minority of people are like
Actually interested.
obsessively interested in finding something new and finding something that really speaks to them, and it's kind of the same story.
It's the same
always been.
ratio. It's not like there's more available.
Right.
There is, though, with file sharing. I will say, like, with all that sort of stuff, I think it benefited us more than it hurt us, because we never were on the radio.
Several million people heard us.
I've heard you on the radio.
Yeah, but way later. Like, we wouldn't have made it to the point where you heard us on the radio if people... We could play festivals and thousands of people would be singing along, and I'm like, we sold 300 records in this territory. Like, I know for a fact. Like, I can look at my sales sheets. Like, no one bought our record here, but everybody knows it, and they're here to see us. And it's kind of cool. Like, I thought that was a good thing for us. Whereas, like, people don't pay to listen to the radio, but you can hear.
Yeah, I mean,
you can hear Kanye's Gold Digger like every 5 minutes when it came out, which I wasn't mad at. That was good.
That was a good record. But yeah, it's like being mad at the rain. It's just happening.
It's wet.